Salakia. I was on mute the whole time. All right. Redo. Bear with me. I'm a little under the weather, so trying to get it together. But we're going to get through this. All right. This is YZR with another episode of the Couch Captivity Created, representing the sect of Sicari, Hebrew Israelites, right? And let me get this started by saying, I want to give Call Halal, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and all praises to the Most High God, in the name of his Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, right? I'm going to bring up Soldier Ali Yashai to assist me with some reading here. 1 second. Ali Yashai, Shalom, King.
Shalom. Shalom, Yazir. Shalom, Shtar. Shalom, chat.
What's good with you today, fam?
Just chilling today. So far, so good, man.
I see you on the couch.
Yeah.
You near the couch, right?
Couch captivity.
Right.
God.
You get your Sicari varsity fix in today? Or what's your schedule for that? Is it weekly?
Mondays, Thursdays.
Mondays and Thursdays?
God.
You want to talk about that a little bit? Give a little plug?
Yeah, just wanted to, if you want to learn the Hebrew apologetics, sign up for Sicari Varsity, get in class, and Deacon, he'll take over from there, and he's showing us a lot, showing us stuff that we should know to fight just the lies that we've been taught. So
Right.
get in class, man.
What's his word for that? Hebrew apologetics.
Hebrew apologetics.
Right. See what I'm saying? Salakia, 1 second. Let me get something set up here. Trying to find something. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, man. Let me share this on the chat. And everybody, we're gonna get a room a little time to get started up, but everybody, the water for joining us. I see the chat starting to get some people in here. What I need y'all to do is like, share, subscribe, comment, right? Let's get this thing out in the algorithm, okay? I'm gonna share a couple of links and then we're gonna get started as soon as a few more people join in. I'm going on mute for a minute. I got a little housekeeping done, sharing some links, getting some folks in this room. All praises. Appreciate it. Salakia, 1 second. All right. All right. Ali Shah, you there, King?
Gone.
Let me see your camera, man.
Here I come.
For sure. So yeah, let's get this thing crackling. All praises. Hey, we got Sakari Phoenix in the building. Shalom family. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers crossed the Arizona border. You know what I mean?
Shalom, brother Hadar.
Yeah, man. All right. I see we got the regulars from the Wolf Pack in here. All praises. All right. Matter of fact, everybody in here, this is the YouTube link, right? I want everybody to share this link. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, it's like it didn't put a space, but yeah, start from the HTTPS. All right. Share this link. Let me try that again to make sure it's clear. There we go. That should do it. But yeah, man, like I said, let's get that title up here so we can get this thing cracking.
Gone.
All right. Title of today's class is What Led to the Fall of Rome? You know what I'm saying? Have you gone over that topic before, Ali Yashai?
No.
Right? And see, I'm going to kind of tie this into what I was talking about last week, right? I was giving a comparison or showing parallels between ancient Greek culture and modern day, you know, saying American Western culture, right? Because they say democracy, Greece is the home of democracy. So I was making parallels with that. I'm also this week, I'm going to show you parallels with how Rome went down. You know what I'm saying? It was this global superpower, right? Military strength that nobody could touch. Like the book says, iron break apart everything, right? So we know that iron in the Iron Age represents the ancient Roman Empire, but it was destroyed. It was broken apart. How? It wasn't like some big army broke it apart, right? It basically collapsed on itself for the most part, right? Let's see, let me look up this video. Pretty much collapsed on itself because corruption, greed, right? Internal battles, internal conflicts. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if you look at the first few Caesars, right? We know Caesar Augustus, right, was the first one to go all the way into the Rhineland, which is modern day Germany, and take over Europe, right? But you know, the Caesars was killing each other. Some of them lasted as little as 3 months. There was poisoning each other. There was, you know, assassination left and right. You know, 1 or 2 years was a long reign in the beginning of the Roman Empire. So you know it was always internal struggles, but towards the end, the corruption, and they spread themselves too far militarily, right? Sound familiar? Sound just like America today, right? So we gonna show them contrasts.
Gone.
What you think about that, Aliyah?
Gone. Yeah, it just sounds just like all these military bases that the United States has all over the world.
That part.
You know, got their military all over the place.
That part, right? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna start it with is it Daniel 2? Let's start out with Daniel 2, probably around 41, verse 41. Let's see. Daniel 2, verse 41. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go from 41. We'll go down to 44. All right. So let me know when you got that, and I'll share the screen. All praises.
Okay, so was that again Daniel what? 2?
Daniel 2 and 41. Okay. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and bring that up.
All right, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
All right, so hold on one second. Let's kind of break that down, right? So it's saying, and just to give everybody a reminder, I don't want to go into a super breakdown on Daniel 2, but if you're familiar with Daniel's vision, right? And you're familiar, if you've ever been to an Israelite camp, I'm sure you've seen the statue, with the head of gold and, the body of bronze and, the feet of iron and clay and so on and so forth. And Daniel explains that in this chapter, right? And in fact, let's just go back a little bit. I'm gonna show the picture as well. Let's start, instead of starting at 41, let's start at 36, where the dream is, his vision is explained, right? His vision is explained. So run that back. Let's start from 36.
Come. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 36. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold.
Right. And Daniel is talking to the king of Babylon, right? And because the king of Babylon is having these dreams and he's trying to understand what's going on, and Daniel's always interpreting his dream. You see what I'm saying? Because Daniel is a highly spiritual man. So the king of Babylon used Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar used Daniel as his interpreter for spiritual and interpreting things that he couldn't understand, that he had visions and dreams of, right? So this is what Daniel is explaining to him. And the Babylonian Empire is that head of gold. I'm going to show you a picture a little bit later after we finish reading, but it'll make sense as we go along. The Babylonian Empire is that head of gold, and he's talking to the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. Go ahead.
Verse 39. And after these shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron.
So like it. And as you go, you scroll back up a little bit. See, as you go, it shows which captivity we're talking about, right? Medo-Persian and Greece, and then on to Rome, right? So go ahead at 40.
And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Right? This is the ancient Roman Empire that he's describing, right? And we know that we often refer to America and the West as the revised Roman Empire, right? Because we know they're one and the same. Those people came from those people, right? Just like how we showed the Greeks and the Romans or the Edomites today, it's nothing different, right? The Western world, this is what Daniel is talking about. Same deal. All right, go ahead.
Verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
All right, this iron mixed with miry clay, just a real quick breakdown. It's because just like America, Rome was built on slavery and subjugation of other people, right? You know, the famous gladiator movies, those were all Roman slaves, right? You watch any Roman movie, you see the slaves carrying, you know, the dignitaries and so on and so forth. They built their economy just like America on slavery and having people in captivity, right? In lands that they control. So the iron would be the ruling party, right? The Romans themselves. And the clay are the other nations that they lassoed up into the, you know what I'm saying, conglomerate of a conglomerate of an empire, right? And the clay in particular in this part is the potter's clay, right? The Israelites. Go ahead.
Verse 42. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Go ahead.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Right? No different than America today. Just like back in the day in ancient Rome, you got, they call it a melting pot. Yeah, right. You got defined segregation to this day, right? Segregation used to be a law of the land. Technically, it's not now, but you know, you go to a certain part of LA, you got Black and Latino neighborhoods, you got the white neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always on economic status, right? You know, you got poor whites living in some places, you got poor Blacks and Latinos living in some places, and you got rich whites living in some places. See what I'm saying? So they don't mingle. It's not meant to mingle. They don't stick. As much as you try to bond clay to iron, it's not going to stick. You see what I'm saying? All right, go ahead.
Verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all of these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
That's just a little glimpse of the gospel, right? You know what I'm saying? That great day, that day of judgment. You see what I'm saying? The day of the Lord, the day of vengeance. When that comes, Leviathan will be broken pieces and will be given to the Israelites for meat, right? All the kings of the earth shall bring their gold to our gates. You see what I'm saying? Everything that was taken from us, we will get back and then some. You see what I'm saying? So that's it for now with the Daniel. So I just wanted to lay a foundation about that. And then we'll take a look at this picture real quick, just to give you some comparison, some visual tools. You know what I'm saying? All right. I've seen better images, but this is basically it, right? So let's see. Let me get back over here. Let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit. Yeah. All right. And as you can see, you know, you got the head of gold, right? Head of gold. You got the body of brass, right? You got the feet and leg. The legs are of iron and the feet are of clay. You see? And that feet of clay, you see, right? Salakia, where it says Rome, right? But then even I don't know if Esau made this, but somebody put Anglo-American. It's not wrong, right? But we know that what Daniel is talking about, that clay mired with the iron, that is the ancient Roman Empire mixed in with the Israelites, right? And it never bonds. That's why when the hand smote it down, if you have no foundation, everything else, your whole legacy topples. That's the moral of the story there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have stop share. If you don't have a strong foundation, everything that was built from the past, everything that's built on top of that, it's gonna crumble, right? The foundation has to be solid. So that's why all of that went down. The Roman Empire was broken apart, but guess what? Satan was put in the pit for 1,000 years, and let's say 470 around there is when they say officially the Roman Empire. 470 AD is when the Roman Empire officially was null, right? 1,000 years later, guess what happens? The Renaissance. You see what I'm saying? And that devil rears his head again. But guess what? Let's fast forward to America, modern day America. We see the similarities, right? Like you said earlier, Ali Shah, military bases everywhere, right? No other country, no other kingdom in modern day times has as many military bases in as many places around the world as the United States. I'm talking about Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and then some, right? They even talking about the Space Force, right? You see what I'm saying? They want to dominate everything.
They want it all.
They want it all. You see what I'm saying? But what's happening right now in the country? It's some strange things happening. Like, okay, for instance, you got Trump in a bunch of legal trouble. You got Joe Biden's son as a drug addicted freak, right? Like, look at the two political parties and how they like iron and clay. They like oil and water. They don't mix. It's damn near the brink of a civil war the way they be talking. You know what I'm saying? It's real crazy right now. And the thing about Trump supporters, they might nut up. If he gets put in jail, they liable to nut up. You know what I'm saying? But now, do I think he will see a day in jail? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, I look back, the only thing that even came close to that was Richard Nixon, right? President Nixon with Watergate, where I guess Watergate is a hotel in DC, right? And the Nixon was a Republican, but the Democrats had their offices there, right? They had their campaign headquarters there or something. And he sent some spies over there to steal some documents or steal some intelligence, right? Get some intel on them. And they end up getting caught. See what I'm saying? It was a big mess. And Nixon, you know, he had plausible deniability, of course. You know, the king ain't gonna get his hands dirty. He had some minions do it. But at the same time, his plausible deniability was destroyed because of what? Because of an audio recording. Ain't that crazy? Because of an audio recording. And what's crazy is he implemented that system. So his own recording got him popped. It's crazy. But he was caught dead to rights, red-handed, right? Before he even went through his impeachment trial, he resigned. He didn't want that kind of shame. You know what I'm saying? He resigned. And then add to that, before he was even indicted or faced any of the charges, you see what I'm saying? Before he had to go through anything, the next president, which I believe was Gerald Ford, he gave him a pardon. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you got one side and the other side, and they always wash each other's hands. You know what I'm saying? You see these politicians bickering and, you know, debating and this and that on TV. As soon as the camera off, I bet you they over there, you know what I'm saying, yucking it up, right? Palling it up.
Colluding with each other.
Colluding. when we gonna get our next victim? You see what I'm saying? Because truth be told, they are all corrupted by the putrid origin of this country. You see what I'm saying? It blood defileth the land, right? Let's bring that up. Right? Get the numbers. You got that? Numbers 30. Is it number 35?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Numbers 35 and 33. There we go. Bring that out, T.
The book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
All praises, right? And look, let's bring up an article here. Let me pull that up. Just to kind of show you some of my research on this, let you know I ain't just talking, right?
And Slaki, I just wanted to say, just like what we're back like when, and you were talking about Nixon and them, not that we didn't know that they were corrupt, because everybody knew it, but it was just it was just handled a little bit more discreetly, and now it's just out in the open. These guys are just openly corrupt. They just don't care anymore. They don't even care about any kind of consequences, because there is none.
Exactly. There's no consequences because the cat's out the bag. Now is what they call gaslighting. If you get caught, you just pull the shaggy. It wasn't me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go.
You pull the shaggy, right? Now we're gonna get into that in a second. That's a great point, Ali Yashai. Through the spirit, you know what I'm saying? Through the spirit, right? Now, let's get into this right here, this little article. And if you notice the photo, right? This is a famous painting or something. This is from the History Channel or history.com. So, it's a reputable historical source, I would say. All right. And you notice this is the photo that we got as a thumbnail. Apparently, this is like a great siege and people is, terrified and escaping, and it's going down, right? It's going down in Rome. So let's look at the top reasons. All right. Invasions by barbarian tribes. Basically, the barbarians didn't have the might of the Romans. Not at all. Salakia, can y'all see that?
Well, no, I can't see it. I just see the title.
Salakia, let me get the right one up here. I'm sharing the wrong screen. Salakia. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? You look through history and you see how the corruption led to the downfall, and how the more corrupt they got, the more power they had to project. You see what I'm saying? And the more power you project, the more people you piss off, the further you got to spread your resources, you become vulnerable to guerrilla warfare, right? Basic guerrilla warfare, which is, the barbarians was like, oh, we're going to get some get back. Because guess where the barbarians was coming from? They were coming from areas like the Rhineland, which is, like I said, modern day Germany, which ironically, that's the land that was taken from them, right? It's the land that was taken from them. So, it's no coincidence, right? So, okay, I got it now. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna scroll through 8 reasons why Rome fell. Like I said, here's that photo or the painting. It's on the thumbnail. History.com. Number 1, invasion by barbarian tribes, right? The most straightforward theory of Western Rome's collapse pins the fall on a string of military losses sustained against outside forces, right? Rome had tangled with Germanic tribes for centuries, but by the 300s, barbarian groups like the Goths had encroached beyond the empire's borders, right? So we looking for hundreds of years, they held it down. But as they start expanding their reach, right? The capital gets weaker. You see what I'm saying? As they're expanding out to the known world, Rome is getting weaker. So the barbarians is chipping away, but it's not the strength of the barbarians, it's the corruption from within. That's the problem. You see what I'm saying? So let's look at this. Economic troubles and over-reliance on slave labor, right? Even as Rome was under attack from outside forces, it was also crumbling from within thanks to several financial crises, right? Constant wars and overspending has significantly lightened imperial coffers, and the oppressive taxation and inflation had widened the gap between rich and poor. I mean, does this sound familiar to anyone?
Sounds like you're describing right now.
Right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, peep game. Let's get a little more of that. Where we at here? All right, let's get a little more of that. Economic troubles and over-reliance of slave labor. Okay. Picked up. It says, in the hope of avoiding the tax man, many members of the wealthy classes had even fled to the countryside and set up independent fiefdoms, right? I mean, to the T, right? Y'all can, I'll put a link for this in the chat, right? So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll put a link so in case you want to go at your own leisure, you know, peruse through the entire article, feel free, right? But I'm going to skip through. Rise of the Eastern Empire, right? Eastern Empire back then were the Byzantines, right? The Byzantine Empire, you know. So now we to the east, there's Russia and China. You see what I'm saying? Russia is the modern day Eastern power, and China as well. So there's all these factors that are just too parallel. All right, number 4, overexpansion and military overspending. I mean, like I said, to a T, right?
I don't know if you wanted to keep like scrolled so that everybody else can follow along.
Salaki, I keep opening the wrong one. Hold on, let me close this other one.
No, it's open. I could see the number 2 reason, the economic troubles.
Right, Salaki, hold on. Salaki. I scrolled the wrong one. Salaki. We close this one. All right. But yeah, you see economic or military overexpansion, right? Overexpansion and military overspending. Salaki. I have to switch up. Hold on. This thing is giving me trouble today, man. Right? I mean, you see the parallels already, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, when you look at the military, how they're missing trillions of dollars, you know, and just like all these wars, just so they can make money, and that's really, it sounds like you're just talking about right now, because like they just start wars just to make money, just to
Right.
have a reason to make money.
It's called the military industrial complex.
John.
Military industrial complex, and it's a simple formula, right? When the economy, you know what I'm saying, when you need to make money, you go take, when you're down on resources, you go take them. You see what I'm saying? You take them. And that's the American mantra, right? If we ain't got it, we'll take it. See what I'm saying? Right? So like it for a second, let me give a shout out. Shalom rolling. All praises. The water, right? The water for joining us. You know what I'm saying? Glad to be of service, right? This is what we do this for our people, man. So we can get up out of here. You know what I mean? So look, overexpansion and military overspending. All right. Let's keep going. What did it say? The top 8 reasons. government corruption and
Wow.
political instability. Man, I don't even need to read that. We know that's what's going on right now in America. You know what I'm saying? Corruption, left and right. I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, Green. All of it is corrupt. All of it is putrid. The arrival of the Huns and the migration of the barbarians, right? So now these people who for centuries couldn't fade you, all of a sudden they stepping up to catch a fade because you too busy either arguing within, a house is divided, or you spread too thin. You see what I'm saying? That's the famous Attila the Hun, right? Christianity and the loss of traditional values. This is funny because the like corrupted and polluted version of Christianity that they implemented was all for political gain. See what I'm saying? It was all a means to control the masses. It wasn't a means for spiritual enrichment. It wasn't a means for searching for righteousness and trying to do good on the earth. It was a means to control the masses of people for them. That's why it's polluted and twisted so much to this day. See what I'm saying? It's a tool of control. So just like America, Christianity is worse than crack. All right. And the weakening of the Roman legions, like the military. When you have financial problems and you can't pay your soldiers, you can't buy the best weapons. Hey, your military gets weak. So all those factors go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? They go hand in hand with the downfall of Rome. Now, what I want to do right now, I want to play a little video, right? And the reason why I draw these parallels is because, like I said, the government corruption, the military overspending, it's almost like we talking about modern day right now. See what I'm saying? Because conservative, liberal, this and that, progressive, everybody's beefing. It ain't even to the point where they can have a gentleman's discussion. It's oil and water. They don't mix. You see what I'm saying? And now you got a former president who's already been indicted twice. And the most recent, have you heard about the most recent one, Ali Shah, about those documents?
I don't think so.
Let me give you the breakdown, right? I know a lot of folks don't follow politics, but it just caught my eye because I'm scrolling through YouTube and it's on everything is popping up. They got anything to do with news, right? President Trump indicted. Okay. I'm like, he got indicted again? What's this one for? Oh, it was because he was concealing. When he left the White House, he took a bunch of boxes of top secret confidential documents. And then when the archives and the, Department of Justice reached out to him and was like, hey, can we get that back? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna give it back. Boom. Put some stuff in an envelope, had his lawyer sign off on it, gave him like a few dozen documents and was like, here, that's it. Signed a sworn declaration that was all the documents, right? Salaki.
Right.
Had his lawyer sign a declaration that was all the documents. Meanwhile, the intelligence community knew what was missing. You see what I'm saying? They know their secrets. They knew what was missing. So they knew there was more documents left over. And Trump can't keep his mouth shut. He braggadocious, right? He like the bravado, right? He braggadocious. He like to show off and brag and be the big man, right? So he got all these top secret military plans and nuclear secrets that probably only a handful of people in the world got clearance to see. He got this at his resort in Florida, where it's a golf course / resort, and there's people coming through there by the thousands, right? Just open. Anybody can roam through. I mean, if a spy got wind of that, it's a wrap. They know exactly where to go, right? So, long story short, they get a what do you call it? A warrant and they raid the mansion, right? They raid Mar-a-Lago, and they go up in there, and they find over 100 boxes, right, of thousands of documents that he wasn't supposed to take. Now,
Wow.
Hundreds of them were highly classified, like whatever the highest super sensitive classification is, top secret compartmented information. He had dozens of those. He had dozens of top secret, and then in total over 100 documents of like war plans, nuclear technology, and military projects. I mean, I can't speculate on what he want to do with that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
God.
like, I don't put it past him to be like, oh, I'm gonna use this as a play, right? So let's watch this video real quick. And I can't figure this out, man. I don't know if the dude.
And at the end of the day, he's a businessman. That dude's
Look,
businessman.
and that's the biggest hoax that ever existed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So because the man never had any success in business. His father left him a couple $100 million in the 70s. That's like $1 billion a day. All he had to do was chill. You know what I'm saying? But he dug himself into this hole where, you know what I'm saying? Like, he lost money. How do you lose money on casinos?
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? So,
God.
it is what it is. But Buddy is in a lot of heat right now.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of heat. And I'm sitting there like, all right, it ain't gonna stick. Everything they try to put on him, it don't stick. You know what I'm saying? Plus, his people don't care.
Yeah, he's
So
too
you
well
got half
connected.
the country that don't care what he do. It's not a problem. You see what I'm saying? So I don't got any faith that this one will stick, but let's check it out, man. Because like I said, it's looking bad. So I'm gonna play this video. Peep this up. So let me go full screen. All right. Here we go. Check this out. This is from they released this a couple days ago, but the indictment had this in quotes, but this is the actual audio tape. They got audio tape, 4 witnesses that was in the room. It's a problem, right? But here's how he tried to explain it. Come on now, buffer.
Except it is some highly confidential secret information.
Right? So he said this is secret information, right? And then Hillary had the emails on a private server with confidential or secret documents. So this is what they talking about. Oh, Hillary would print that out. So anyone with common sense know that he's sitting there with secret documents in front of him, showing people that ain't got no business seeing it, right? Good.
As president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't.
You see, that was a key phrase. He said he could have declassified as president. Now he can't, right?
After CNN decided to publish the leaked audio where Trump incriminated himself in the classified documents case, Trump raged about it. In fact, he raged about it on Truth Social and even talked about it when he was asked to comment on the leaked audio. And he claimed, no, totally fine. I'm a legitimate person who has been exonerated.
All right, now, look, I'm not like, how the FBI can read body language and, they could tell when somebody lying. Like, I don't study that as a science, but just being a regular dude trying to make it work, you know what I'm saying? You got to have discernment of people, right? Man, if I ever seen somebody looking like he looking bad. I mean, like he trying to lie, but bruh, watch this, right?
By this leak. Let's hear what he had to say.
You're not concerned then with your own voice on those recordings?
My voice was fine.
What did I say wrong on those recordings? I didn't even see the recording. All I know is I did nothing wrong. We had a lot of papers stacked up. In fact, you could hear the rustle of the paper, and nobody said I did anything wrong, other than the fake news, which of course is Fox too.
Now that's crazy because he used to be the superstar on Fox, right?
That's right.
What happened there?
Yeah.
All of a sudden now, Fox got sued. They can't really put, you know what I'm saying? They bailing. Fox got sued for nearly $800 million. And they paid it cash. But after all that happened, I guess they fell out. So now he calling Fox fake news. But even Fox was on his bumper, right? I'm gonna play a little more of this.
Are there any other recordings that we should be concerned of?
I don't know of any recordings that you should be concerned with, because I don't do things wrong. I do things right. I'm a legitimate person. Right. So, that's like looking in the mirror saying, I am somebody. I'm special. Right. I am somebody. Right. But look, here go the thing. What the heck we got going on? Skip this ad.
Why are women
Skip
everywhere?
ads.
Abby X, the new tummy tuck alternative.
No, we don't want none of that. All right. So look, if I ever seen anybody looking shook, Buddy looked shook, right? He looked hella shook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he don't look confident at all. Look at the look on his face, man.
Bro, and here go the thing. Good lawyers and good interviewers and good journalists, they know how to ask good questions, right? And they say with lawyers, never ask a question that you don't know the answer to. Obviously, the dude that asked him this question knew the answer, because guess what? They turned over, the prosecutor had to turn over what they call discovery, right? All the evidence to the defense team. They said they have several recordings.
Wow.
So, and they got video of people moving boxes. It's looking bad. But like I said, it's going to be a way that he either gets pardoned, right? Or there's some kind of fluke and the case go bad. I don't see them locking him up.
Yeah, there's going to be a backroom deal.
Right. Exactly. Watch a little more of this.
Folks, he is a legitimate person. I should also note, though, that the investigation, the 49-page indictment indicates that there are two different recordings. The one that CNN published is from July of 2021. The second one, which we haven't heard yet, it has not been published yet, is allegedly from August or September of 2021. So there's that. But in a post on Truth Social, he also alleged to have been exonerated by the leak of this audio. He says the deranged special prosecutor, Jack Smith, working in conjunction with the DOJ and...
Okay. So did you hear it or didn't you hear it? He's not like, guys, he's just not mentally competent to put...
Hear what
While he did say, this is stuff that he got from the military...
Okay, so this is Sean Hannity talking, who is from Fox, right? So Fox is going to try to spin it to the good. The Young Turks is more leaning to Democrats, so they're going to try to spin it as bad as possible, right? And then they're going to show how Fox spin it, right? Let you know that it's oil and water in this country.
What I'm talking about. Here's what I mean.
While he did say, this is stuff that he got from the military that would be highly confidential and secret, and says at another point, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I couldn't, but now, it would still be a secret. That does not confirm for me whether or not specifically this document was declassified or not. Was that actually the real document, or was it a story that he was telling? And my understanding is that particular document was never found by the special counsel or by, the raid at Mar-a-Lago, but I might be mistaken on that. I don't think I am.
All right. That's a lot to unpack. But, I watched another video where it played the whole 2 minutes of the tape. And without a doubt, he's saying, look, the military sent me this. It's highly classified.
Wow.
But you see how the other side is like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if you never know. You know what I'm saying? They give beyond the benefit of the doubt. They turn a blind eye. And somebody like Sean Hannity, he's not that stupid. He's not that gullible. But that's his job, is to play the game. You see what I'm saying? That's the one thing the Republicans is real good about, is staying down no matter what. Democrats will tuck tail as soon as the heat turn up. You feel me? But it's fun to watch them fight.
God.
So even while Trump says in the audio recording that he has highly confidential classified documents, which he can no longer declassify because he's no longer in office, Sean Hannity is pretending like he didn't hear what we all heard in that audio, and Brian Kilmeade seems to agree with him as well. Let's listen.
Kind of surprised and was kind of effective when he told Brett Baer, hey, Brett, these were newspaper articles. There were no top secret documents. So he has a pushback on that.
All right. So it's another side, like Fox, of course, is on the Trump team, right? So, it's weird over there. Half of the anchors dogging him out and the other half is still down, right? But definitely he had a falling out over there. But this dude right here is saying this is before he's talking before the audio tape came out. He's quoting off of what was printed out, and it's still ambiguous, but watch this. Salakia. Right? So what's crazy about it is he dead to rights, but they still gonna sit there and act like they didn't see what happened. So I know something going on where something gonna be, like you said, backroom deal is afoot, without a doubt.
And I just want to provide the reference for you, the portion of the Brett Baer interview where Trump lies about how he was not in possession of any classified documents as that audio was being recorded. Let's watch.
That wasn't a document, Brett. There was no document. That was a massive amount of papers and everything else talking about Iran and other things. And it may have been held up or may not, but that was not a document. I didn't have a document per se. There was nothing to declassify. These were newspaper stories, magazine stories, and articles.
Right. So look, that's him before the tapes came out. You see what I'm saying? You saw the whole difference when the audio tapes came out. He's sitting there going, this is highly classified. The military sent it to me. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to try to find that part and then get done with this, because I can only stomach so much of these fools. We don't want none.
I don't know. Maybe Trump is telling the truth.
All right.
Maybe we need to listen to that leaked audio one more time to decide for ourselves whether Trump is telling the truth or lying.
Let's do that.
Look at this. You're back. And
Hillary would print that out all the time.
she'd send it to Anthony Weiner. Pervert. By the way, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it. And he said, he wanted to attack Iran and what? He said, this was done by the military. Give it to me. I think we can probably, right?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to figure out
See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is nice.
now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's so cool. I mean, look, we heard and you probably almost didn't believe me, but now you believe me.
No, I believe
it's incredible, right?
No,
Hey, bring some Coke in, please.
That's the crazy part, right? Hey, just bring me some Coca-Colas. He just no care in the world. You feel me? But anybody with half an ear or half an eye see what's up on that tape. It's classified, it's secret. I can't unclassify it. The military sent it to me. How does that add up? Does the military send the president newspaper clippings? I don't think so. I think they send classified documents.
Yeah.
Right? The story is crazy. So look, here's the point. We got a president of this country, former president of this country, that's been indicted twice in the last couple months, and probably gonna have more indictments. And then them indictments gonna lead to trials, and it's gonna be problems. It's gonna be backlash. It's people already said, hey, if Trump gets convicted, it's gonna be blood in the streets. See what I'm saying? These people is about to get up, and you think January 6th was a problem, right? You think the Capitol building was a problem? Man, let them try to arrest that man. He's already been arrested. Let them try to put that man in jail. It's gonna be a problem. I mean, I'm just saying right now, if y'all are not aware of what's brewing right now below the surface, pay attention to this. Pay attention to it, because it's affecting. It's like a domino effect, right? And here go the trick. The Republicans are the right, and the Democrats are the left, right? And liberal, conservative, whatever they call themselves. With what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, Joe Biden is perfectly cool with giving them low-life devils billions, if not $1 trillion, so that Putin doesn't take back what was his before, right? Because that was part of the Soviet Union.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, here go the thing. You would think, see, my father was in the army, and we were stationed all over, Germany, this and that. And back in the day, in the 70s, 80s, and even in the 90s, Russia was the arch enemy. It don't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal. When it came to Russia, 20 years ago, everybody in America agreed, Russia, bad enemy. Now, Trump's supporters more so support Putin for what he's doing, because they like Putin's flavor. Why? Why do they like Trump? Because he presents himself with this strongman bravado. I'm your guy. I'm gonna fight for you, right? They like that. They look at him as they savior, because deep down inside they know their time is short. You see what I'm saying? They see things happening. They see things going on, right? So now let me get another scripture. Let me get Ezekiel 37 or Slakia, Ezekiel 38. We're going to talk a little bit about Russia, because I'm gonna pull up this just for reference. I'm not going to read the whole article, but just to give you some background, right? In case y'all been hiding under a rock and don't know what's going on with world events, let me pull this thing up. Salakia. All right. So here we got and I'm not gonna sit here and try to pronounce all these names too seriously, but so what happened recently, you got these group of mercenaries, they call them the Wagner group or Wagner, right? That were at the point, pretty much at the point of the spear on the front lines for Russia against Ukraine. And Prigozhin, right, was the leader of that crew. So you got to understand the way Russia is structured. You got Putin, who's basically like an emperor. He made it so he can be president for as many terms as he wants. He's got total power, and the way he yields his power is he keeps the rich, super billionaire oligarchs in pocket. He controls the money men, and most of these money men, they probably get their riches from oil and industry and such, and so on and so forth. But believe you me, the Russian mob is strong, right? So it's a lot of ties intermingled over there, and only the one that has the most power is the one that stands at the top of the hill, because there's no loyalty. Everything is transactional. See what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. the Wagner group is over there, Russian mercenaries fighting Ukraine, and then all of a sudden, this dude Prigozhin said, "You know what? Putin don't know what he's doing. I'm tired of this. We're gonna turn around and march to Moscow." Boom! They literally about to have a civil war, right? And you know, I ain't gonna go into this too deep. Pause, right? But apparently, you know, they worked it out. They made a deal. The bloodshed didn't happen yet, right? Prigozhin halted his march onto the capital, right? The group was also estimated to have been equipped with just 8,500 fighters rather than the 25,000 men previously claimed, right? And then what ends up happening, you know, they get safe haven in a neighboring country, I believe Belarus, right? And they squash it. But the way Putin handled it, Putin was like, all right, you want to come over here and get this smoke? I'm going to kill your whole family.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm going to kill all your family. So good luck. Yeah, take the power and then live by yourself, right? Hey, Putin a cold cat, right?
That's right.
A cold cat, right? And see, look, so that's flaring up. But what's Putin doing? Putin is doing Ezekiel 38. According to the Most High will, the Most High will put his hooks in the jaw of Meshach, right? Turn him back. Turn him back, meaning Putin wants the former Soviet Union reconstruction. He wants that power structure back. Ukraine is just one piece of the puzzle. See what I'm saying? So let's get it, show some parallels there. Let's go ahead and get Ezekiel 38.
All right, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, from the top.
Slocky, do me a favor, Ken. Hit like Control Plus a couple times to zoom in on it. Like put your mouse over that page and just hit Control Plus. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Right.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 38 from the top. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him.
Right. We know this is basically talking about, you know, the chief prince of Meshach is the highest man of authority in Moscow, right? The land of Gog is modern day Russia, right? Oslakia, Gog is the chief priest, and Magog is the people of that land, right? And the country. So, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army.
Slock it, right? Put hooks in his jaws means turn him back, drag him back to the old way things work, right? Go ahead.
And put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
Right? That's what's going on right now. It's a pitched battle. It's a pitched battle. You good with that? I just wanted to touch on that. It's a pitched battle between, you know, the Ukrainians, the Russians. They even say Poland might be in trouble. That whole Eastern Bloc. He trying to take all of that back. You see what I'm saying? He's trying to take all of that back. And to bring things back full circle, I just want you to see how things are going right now and how there's a lot of prophecies tied around what's going on. I mean, we got the Russians fulfilling Ezekiel 38. We got America doing a mirror image of what happened in ancient Rome, the ancient Roman Empire, and fulfilling future prophets. right? Because in Daniel 7, Daniel also compares the fourth kingdom, which was the Romans, you know what I'm saying, to, you know what I'm saying, what's going to happen in America, because in Daniel 7, he's talking about the last captivity.
Oh.
So these things tie in, and there's too many parallels not to be looking. And I'm not a big political person, but I got to see what the enemy's doing. And when I hear tumult, I got to see what they're doing, because these people is erratic. You know what I'm saying? But when you take note of what they're doing and go back to this word, it's clear as day.
John, it seems like all the conditions are right, you know, for what's you know, for what's written in prophecy and like what's going on now. Just like all the conditions are slowly, you know, coming to pass.
Things are lining up and something gonna crack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't know the time of day, but we know, you know what I'm saying? Malik. He said America got soldiers with pink pistols, right? You know what I'm saying? They let the alphabet soup be open and out the closet in the military. Look, ain't warriors still supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, men anyway? I don't know. I ain't even gonna comment on that. But yeah, America is about to be like Leviathan, right? You ever seen that picture of the Leviathan where it just wraps itself around and eat its own tail?
Yeah.
Just like the ancient Roman Empire, the corruption, the overexpansion, all the internal scuffles is going to cause a weakening that's going to lead to the destruction. And at the end of the day, Russia, America, Esau on Esau. You see what I'm saying? One big skirmish. And to make it even a further point, right? When we have to go into the wilderness, right? When the saints and the you know what I'm saying, the Most High's elect is in the wilderness, we know that Gog is going to have the nerve to come against us, right? But we know the Most High is going to stomp them down. Matter of fact, let me get, just to wrap that point up, let me get Psalms, I want to say 74. Let's see. Psalm 74, maybe around 6. Let's see if that's it. 74. Okay, Psalm 74 and 14. Right? It's talking about Leviathan, right? Which is this great world power. Great world powers that oppress, you know what I'm saying, the apple of the Most High's eye. It's going to get broken apart, right? Let me get that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 74 and verse 14. Thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces and gavest him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness.
Right? And see, after Esau finished his little skirmish, little internal battle, you see what I'm saying? And then we're taken up in chariots, Lord willing, taken up in chariots, escape this calamity into the wilderness. You still going to have Gog trying to come at us, and he's going to get broken to pieces. See what I'm saying? Until the spoils go to victor. You feel me? And then that's when we get ushered into the land. Let me get another one. Let me get Isaiah 27. Yeah. Just another little point about our good old Leviathan, right? Because it's going down. The most fierce thing on the block. You know what I'm saying? Like can't nobody fade that dude, man. Look, everybody's backing down. When America stepped up in the 70s and 80s, ain't nobody wanting that, right? And then, you know, Russia even backed down. See what I'm saying? Now, tide is turning, right? And through the power, through the Spirit, and by the power of the Most High, Leviathan will be broken into pieces according to Scripture. And we know the Most High word won't come back void. And to even strengthen your faith in case you have a iota of a lack of faith, you got to read the Scripture. You got to read the prophecies and see that this stuff has been foretold, and it's even happened, and things happen in cycles. You see what I'm saying? There's dual fulfillments of a lot of these things. And you got to get into this word and understand how modern times, right, is playing out like a script. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, let me get Isaiah 27 from the top.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 27 from the top. In that day, the Lord with his sore and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
Go ahead.
In that day, sing ye unto her a vineyard of red wine. I, the Lord, do keep it. I will water it every moment, lest any hurt it. I will keep it night and day. Fury is not in me. Who would set the briars and thorns against me in battle? I would go through them. I would burn them together.
Right. Go ahead and finish off 5.
Or let them take hold of my strength, that he may make peace with me, and he shall make peace with me.
Go ahead.
He shall cause them that come of Jacob to take root. Israel shall blossom and bud, and fill the face of the world with fruit.
Right. So that's a prophecy, right? Isaiah is talking about that day, that great day, when Leviathan is stricken down and given for meat to the men in the wilderness. You see what I'm saying? When kings is bringing us their gold and their riches to our gates, right? And our fruit, our seed populates the earth and rules this earth righteously. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's frustrating to watch how these people behave, but sometimes you just got to sit back and be like, you know what? They supposed to behave like that. They supposed to not make no sense, because that's the Most High plan. You see it acting out. Like, I know a lot of, even in my own family, you know, a lot of people is like, man, I can't stand them Republicans, or I can't stand them Democrats. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's all the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all the same game. And when you go at 30,000 feet and, you know what I'm saying, take a bird's eye view, right? Cruising altitude, you start to see the bigger picture and you go, you know what? Not just America, but Europe, Russia, Esau, the Arabs, the Asians, they all in cahoots. Our enemies make a tumult.
God.
You see what I'm saying? And matter of fact, let's end it with Psalms 83. You know what I'm saying? Our enemies make a tumult. You got to open your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Open your eyes and keep your head on a swivel. Stay in this word. All right, we're going to finish it out with this.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 from the top. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be still, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right? Look, what's your name, boy? Toby. Right? They didn't even want that man to have his name, because there's something in a name, but the name Israel as a nation, they don't want us in existence. They want to stomp us out. See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Right.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Esau.
The Ishmaelites of Moab.
Right. Ishmaelites are Arabs, Moab, Chinese, right?
And the Hagarenes.
Right. The Hagarenes, basically Egyptians, Hamites, right? Hagar. So, you know, you can go through and read all this. We done been over these scriptures time and time again, but I want you to see how they connect, right? And all these dirty alliances that's going on. Like you read Ezekiel 38 and you see all these kingdoms that's lining up with Gog. and it's dead to rights today. You know what I'm saying? Unthought of alliances like, why is Ethiopia down with Russia? Libya. Then you start to look at, oh, it's economic because they not on America's dollar. You see what I'm saying? And it starts to be about currency and transactions. Everything is a transactional relationship with Esau. Nothing is righteous. It's what can you do for me? Right? That's Esau's nature. It's not about us. It's about what they call that anarchy. Right? One person makes their decision for what makes them feel good. To hell with everybody else. That's the exact opposite of the Bible. Because Israelites are supposed to behave like family. You see what I'm saying? House divided can't stand. So that's where we at with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I got, man. You got any input, Aliyah? Any comments?
Nah, just looking at the everything that you said, and just looking the way everything is right now, like with BRICS coming together and all the other countries that are wanting to sign on, wanting to join BRICS. I mean, it's just everybody's lining up against the United States, and you can see it.
Even Mexico, right?
Yeah. And so just like I said, like right now, like the climate's right, all the conditions are right, everything's just happening the way it should be, through the Spirit. All praise to the Most High. He's making everything come to pass the way it was written, the way He wrote it out. The script is His, and He's sticking to it.
That part, cooking up the perfect storm, right?
All
them elements is coming together, and it's the perfect storm, right?
That's right.
Let's throw it at the chat. Any questions, comments, concerns from the chat? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Akim and Akwa, Mashpaka, we do this for y'all, man. We diligently put in this work, trying to put the word out there, get these numbers up, because guess what? I'm tired of this place, man. I'm tired of this place. I'm tired of dealing with Esau. There is going to be some joy if I am fortunate enough and blessed enough to see the downfall of my enemy. There's going to be lots of joy. You know what I'm saying? But any questions, I'm going to get a chat a couple minutes if they got any questions. But like I said, we do this for y'all. So Babu Kusha, smash that like button, right? Share it with your loved ones and tell them to smash the like button. And hey, leave some comments. That helps too. Comments help too, because not only does it get another conversation going, but it bumps the video up in the algorithm. So everybody that's in here, look, Babu Kusha, hit the like button, leave a comment, and share it with your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? And if it's in your heart, you know what I'm saying? You can leave us a super chat donation, or if you're watching this after the broadcast goes live, you can do a super thanks, right? Every little bit helps, right? Because we got a big trip coming up, man. We about to head to the A shortly, right? Go put in this work, all right? Put in the work with the body, and we stay busy, man. We like I said, we Sunday we just did BETs, right? How was that for you, man?
Wow, I mean, it was an honor just to stand there, with the rest of the Akim.
All praises, man. Yeah, and the thing, because we know the BET Awards, like niggas was acting up. I mean, they was gang fights, right? So the thing went away from LA for a while, but it was good to see the event back in LA, just because I know that our people are involved with the event. So at least our people eating a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of entertainers and this and that, but then there was like vendors and, events like that. They give a positive boost to the, the community, the economy, but brothers gotta learn how to act, man. You can't go somewhere tearing the place up and expect folks to invite you back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, my message to the folks, man, look, let's just stay diligent. Let's stay patient. Let's be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Get in this word and let the Holy Spirit teach us what we need to do next, because it's a minefield, man. It's a field full of landmines, and you got to know how to navigate this thing. You got to know how to navigate this thing, because it ain't easy, man. It ain't easy, and we can't do it without the Most High God through the Spirit, through the Holy Spirit, and the blessing, the blood of His Son, Yahushua Hamashiach, that give us the opportunity for salvation. You see what I'm saying? Because He shed His blood. We got to keep that top of mind for everything we do, because it's getting crucial. See what I'm saying? It's getting crucial. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. That's it for that. You know what I'm saying? The chat is a bit quiet, so I think they, you know what I'm saying? It was pretty straightforward, I guess so. Right? But hey, get at us, man. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Super chat, super thanks. All is appreciated. You know what I'm saying? The water again, Ali Shy for you know what I'm saying? Putting in the work, man. I appreciate you.
Water for having me. It's an honor to, be here and be able to, do what I can, from where I'm at.
That part, right? Hey, and with that, I want to say, Kahala Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Shalom.
Shalom.